Dear brothers and sisters, I'm delighted to have this opportunity to speak with you today, especially as I am feeling a bit like an absentee bishop. Last month I was on holiday for 2 weeks, and then I was in Philadelphia at the World Meeting of Families for 8 days. Pope Francis was there too, and now I'm in Rome at the beginning of the synod with bishops from around the world to focus on the vocation and mission of the family in the church and in the contemporary world. And the synod lasts for 3 weeks, so I'll not be back with you until the end of the month. I want to do 3 things. I want to thank you and to encourage you. I want to talk about the synod, and I want to say a few words about the Year of Mercy beginning in December. Firstly, I want to thank and encourage you as you join in the life and mission of the Church at this parish Mass, and as you pray and as you follow Jesus in the ups and downs of everyday life. I want to encourage you to get to know Jesus, to let him be your companion in the messiness of your lives, and to learn to accept his love as you are and not as you think you ought to be. Only then is our faith good news. Only then can we share it with our family and friends and with our neighbours and our colleagues. And I want to encourage you and the parish as you gear up to prepare the children for the sacraments and to accompany newcomers into the family of the Church. Secondly, I want to ask your prayers for the Synod in Rome. With Cardinal Vincent Nichols, I have the privilege of representing the bishops of England and Wales. The gathering of bishops is following up on the extraordinary synod which took place last year and which opened up so many questions about marriage and the family in our world. What has marked out these 2 synods as very special is that there has been so much consultation with the whole Church around the world. And I am really grateful to you for the feedback that I have received from you. The feedback has been varied and moving, from couples writing very humbly about the way they've lived their lives in fidelity to the Church and the joy that that has brought them, to the anguish of people who are divorced or remarried, and the upset of parents about the teaching of the Church in regard to their gay son or daughter whom they love so dearly. Basically, what the bishops have to do together in the synod is to tease out exactly what Jesus is saying in today's gospel. How do we find a language to speak of marriage as the union of one man and one woman when our society has a different understanding now written into the law of the land? Of course, for bishops in some other parts of the world, these issues are not so pressing, because life for their communities and for their families is about survival. Survival in the face of poverty and persecution. But how do we uphold the teaching of the Church, which guides us to flourish as human beings, and at the same time have a compassionate and pastoral care for those of us who are divorced or remarried, and for those of us who are gay or lesbian? I hope that everyone in the diocese will join me in praying that the Holy Spirit will guide the bishops to uphold what is true and of God about marriage, and at the same time prompt us to find ways to be pastorally sensitive, respectful and compassionate. The word compassionate has figured large in conversations and in the written submissions about the Synod. And it's inspiring that Pope Francis has decided to inaugurate a Year of Mercy beginning on the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception, the 8th of December this year. Do put that date in your diary and on your kitchen calendar. What is the Year of Mercy all about? Pope Francis is calling us to be merciful like the Father. The face of God's mercy and forgiveness is his Son, Jesus. Jesus is the bridge who connects us with the Father, who opens our hearts to the hope that he will love us forever, even though we are sinful people. The church is called to welcome people with the medicine of mercy and not the arms of severity. That takes us back to what I mentioned earlier, the messiness of our lives and the ways in which we do not tick all the Catholic boxes. All the church's activity, all our activity, all the pastoral work in our parishes should be caught up in the tenderness we make present to others. What an opportunity that is to concentrate on the spiritual and corporal works of mercy. So at the beginning of this year of mercy, I shall open a door of mercy in the cathedral in Northampton, symbolic of our entry into experiencing God's mercy. And then during Lent, a very privileged moment to experience the mercy of God, I shall be coming to your pastoral area to celebrate a special penitential service, and I very much hope to see you there. Mentioning your pastoral area brings me back to you and to your parish. Again, I want to encourage you to pray and to think and to speak and to act in the spirit of Jesus, in the spirit of truth and in the spirit of integrity. Life is very busy, but I hope that you have time with your priests and deacons, with the religious and fellow parishioners, to contribute in whatever way you can to the life and mission of the church, so that your parish can thrive and flourish and draw others to Christ and to his church. I shall be thinking of you all and praying for you while I am in Rome, and I would ask your prayers for me and for my fellow bishops, that like Mary, prompted by the Holy Spirit, we may do God's will. Thank you for your time.